Very nice. All right. That's kind of cool. I think I figured this out. I think I've broken the matrix. I've gotten through. Anyway. All right. I don't know if the other video came through, but I figured I'd try it again. But anyway, apostasy, fidelity, and all of those things. I'm just like, thank you. Thanks. I'm just kind of, thank you. That was very nice of them. I'm just kind of going over some of these things because I don't know, it's like a mental. What are we gonna call this? What do we call this? Mental diarrhea? No, verbal diarrhea. Just let it go, and whatever comes out comes out. It is what it is. If I don't feel comfortable with it, I'll erase it later. But you'll get to see it raw here live. Anyway, so fidelity. Let's talk about that one first. Okay, there was somebody that was like, "Well, Artie, why are you on social media?" They clearly didn't watch the video. I put out a video earlier about men not having social media. And I agree with that. If you're going to be dedicated to your woman and you are going to claim that and say, yo, you're going to say to your lady, ma'am, I am like, what is it? Faithful with you. And, oh, that's kind of cool. I'm learning all these things. Oh, yeah, we don't want that. Stop for a minute, so I was able to do something different. Let's do that. Okay, there she is. Party woman praying. All right. So, yeah. I mean, like, this is the thing. Fidelity, it goes back to people misunderstanding the word idolatry and adultery. Idolatry and adultery are etymologically linked. And you actually had to look it up. I have looked it up many times, but it's all explained in Hey God, Wake the Fuck Up. So get that and you'll see all the links and all the primary source documents. But idolatry, why would idolatry and adultery be linked when it says in the Ten Commandments that, you don't commit adultery? And then, you could also say you don't commit idolatry. It's the same thing because Israel at that time, it wasn't Israel, it was the Hebrews, the children of Israel, we'll call them that. But anyway, the Hebrews were, as a nation, married to Jehovah. And so to worship other gods or to do sacrifices to other gods or commit to other gods meant that they were committing adultery against Jehovah because the nation was married to Jehovah. And so to cavort or whatever, practice time with other gods meant that you were committing adultery or idolatry. It has the same etymological root. So a lot of people don't know that, and they get up in the chat, do your research. English was not in the Bible. Okay, dude. Yeah, well, catch up with the rest of us. I'm glad you're at least at, on the kindergarten level. We're at the doctorate here, so you catch up. But so that's what idolatry is, right? It's basically betraying the real source of power. And Jesus spoke to that when he said basilean, seek the basilean, look for the basilean, the seat of power, the basis of dominion in reality, where everything really comes from. When you find that out, then everything will click. And so I won't explain that too deeply. Those who are Apex get it. So that's that. I mean, when it comes to adultery, I think that whatever you do in your relationship is up to you and the partner that you have committed to. I don't think fidelity is smart right now because I'm fucking single. Duh. Why would I be faithful to somebody I'm not committed to? It makes no sense. So I don't care for it. But if I was in a relationship with a woman that I actually valued and actually was deserving of fidelity, then I would be faithful to her. I don't think every woman that you're in a relationship with is worthy of fidelity or even honesty. And the same goes for men. There are a lot of women that are like, and not every partner you have deserves that. I mean, you have to suss that out. When you get with someone that you feel that is worthy of your loyalty, and because loyalty is a big thing, it's not. If you find a better option, why the hell would you stay with that person? It makes no fucking sense. Like your brain should be screwed on right, And I get it. If there's kids involved, it's a little more complex. But if you're just two single adults, now you're smashing. And you're gonna be faithful to this person just because you want to be a good person? Stupid. I mean, do whatever you want, but I'm going to say it this way. I shouldn't say it that way. I'm not going to say it's objectively stupid. I'm going to say I think that's stupid. And I have too much intelligence to go along with something that's stupid. It doesn't make sense. Now, if the person's demonstrated they have value, and you're like, you know what, I think that I would like to commit a long-term consistent relationship with this person. I think that this could be an asset to my life. Well, now you start to consider loyalty. Now you start to consider exclusivity. And there are a lot of Christians, mainstream Christians, gummy worm gospel folks, that are like, oh, well, I want to be a good person, so I need to be loyal. Why? You just met this person. You're a virgin. You're a fucking idiot. Move on. Stop it. I did that. Why am I saying that? I'm talking to my younger self. I was a virgin when I met my wife. Married my wife. Right? That was the first woman I ever had sex with, and the last woman I had sex with up until about a couple years ago. That was a painful time period. Not really. It was okay. But all I'm saying is, if I had somebody like me saying what I'm saying, my brain and my soul would have been like, bro, this has always made sense. And that's what this Apex Human Germany is about. That's what geopolitical Christianity is about. It's about, does this make sense to your soul? If it does, okay, you're an Apex Christian. Apex Christians are born either from the vaginal canal, you come out of your mama, and you already Apex from the time you come here, because you're older than all of this stuff, or you were born through the fires of initiation, through the fires of perdition. I hope I'm using that word right. Someone correct me if someone knows what the fuck perdition is. I think I'm using that right. Right? Anyway, you go through hell here in this life, and you say, you know what? I put myself here. I can do better. And then you're like, wait a second. All the reason I'm here is because I bought into gummy worm gospel. Any gummy worm gospel. Islam has a gummy worm gospel. Buddhism has it. All the other scientific religionisms, Darwinism has it. Scientificism has it. Everybody has this perspective of life that makes you as a human small, weak, stupid, and subservient. And I'm saying as Apex humans, we reject that. And you naturally are that way. You're not, I can't convert you. It's impossible for me to convert you. I cannot convert you. I can't change you. You are what you are. You know, a tiger is born a tiger. You don't take a deer, Bambi, and then turn him into fucking Simba or Mufasa, who the fuck, the Lion King, right? That doesn't happen. And so Apex, we're just born this way. Or again, you know, we choose to be this way through the fires of life. You know, we go through purgatory. We go through the challenge of being human in this world, and we say, you know what? I can do better. Life can be better than this. And so that's what I have to say about that. That's about fidelity. Again, there's no hate on fidelity. I think it's important if the relationship warrants that. If there are high stakes, if there's lots of money involved, if there are children involved, perhaps strongly consider it. You know, but there are a lot of gummy worm gospel folks like Jordan Peterson and these others that talk all of this stuff. And I don't know. Look at him. Does he seem like a satisfied, joyful person? Fuck no. So I don't know. I wouldn't really take on his stuff. I mean, I just don't. You know, by their fruits you shall know them. Jesus said that. I hope Jordan knows that. So, you know, fidelity I think is something that you should only practice if the person that you're with warrants that, and if you're in a place where you feel like you can do that easily. If it's going to be a struggle for you to be faithful, don't get in a relationship that's long-term in that way. I know there's certain women that I would happily have fidelity with because I like them enough and I think they're valuable enough for that. But there are other women I'm like, no, I would never do that for you. I don't like you like that. And I'm going to let you know from the day that we decide to be doing something. From day one, I'm going to be very clear about that. If you can't take that, I'm not going to put you through that hell. I have integrity. I have a soul. I'm righteous. Okay, I'm gonna let you know what it is from day one. So I'm like that, and I, you know, I feel like that's how I would want a woman to be with me. If she's gonna say, "Look, I'm gonna philander," okay, well, I'm not gonna take you serious in that way. And I should hope she would have the intelligence to do the same. I've had some women that weren't like that. You know, I was like, yo, you can do whatever you want, and they were doing whatever they want. And then girls be talking to me while I'm with them, and I'm like, why are you getting mad at me? Because old girly girl over here wants to holler at me while we're together. We're together, but I already made it clear to you, I'm non-exclusive. So anyway, I think fidelity should be really sparingly used, and you should only use it if it really feels good to you. If it doesn't, don't be faithful. Just don't. Just be honest about it. Have some balls. Have some integrity. Be a man. Just say, I don't want to be faithful to you. I'm not going to do that. And if she doesn't like it, she's a woman. She can get up and go somewhere else. I know that's not easy, but we're apex. We're not deer. We're not rabbits. We don't chew on grass, right? So we eat the meat. And so we by nature we have to be stronger people. Gummy worms can be fake and lie to themselves and each other, and that's fine, and create lives made of shit and glass houses. That's fine for them, but we don't get to do that as Apex. When it comes to heresy, apostasy, all that stuff, Jesus was apostate. He was a heretic, okay? So I don't give a fuck. Yeah, I'm a heretic. I read the Bible the way I fucking want to read it, and I have enough evidence to support my narrative. If it vibes for you, go with it. Like, go with it. Apply it to your life. If it makes you win, God bless you. If it doesn't, well, then throw this away. What I'm saying is bullshit, right? See, that's the difference between the Apex Christian and the gummy worm gospel. We are made for today. We are made for the future. The future belongs to us. And there's no stopping us. You can get rid of every single one of us right now, and guess what? We're going to show up in your nursery. We're going to grow in your womb. We're going to be in your kindergarten classrooms. Yeah, we're going to be born into your families. There's nothing you can do to stop us. We are the next step in the species evolution. There's nothing you can do about it. So I have no intention of converting anybody. I don't give a fuck what you think. I don't care about like you and your gummy worm Jesus gospel. Go ahead, believe that shit. When Jesus doesn't come for another 2,000 years, I hope you're around to see it. I can guarantee you won't be, but we will. And guess what? We're going to create another golden age. I mean, the Most High will do it, but he's using us. And I'm going to ask you, do you want to be the bricks that blaze the foundation? Do you want to be the brick in the foundation of the golden age? Or do you want to be the inhabitant of the golden cities, of the beautiful paradise that we are creating here and now? It's up to you. I don't see a gummy worm Jesus coming out of the sky, especially if I can point a laser in the sky and make a fake gummy worm Jesus come out of the sky. Gummy worm Jesus did nothing for me. When I was in my dark moments, when I wanted to give up on life, gummy worm Jesus did nothing for me. It was the Most High that awoke within me and pulled me out of the darkness, pulled me out of hell. A hell that I created because I adopted all of these glitches, all the malware of gummy worm gospel. And so, look, you're Apex if you're Apex. Kids get this because they're born Apex. It's in their genetic code. There's nothing their gummy worm parents or scientists. You can't CRISPR this away. We're the next step. Like I said, I don't have any problem with gummy worm Christians. I love you guys. We're gonna need slaves in the future anyway, so I like you guys now. I shouldn't say. I'm going like really deep in the paint, but I don't care. Look, when you know, when you see the next step and you're ready for it, it's like, look, I saw COVID before it happened, okay? If I had stockpiled all the toilet paper beforehand, which was a stupid little scam, but if I had stockpiled like hundreds of pounds of toilet paper, thousands of pounds in a storage unit, I could have become a millionaire during COVID, but I didn't do that, right? There's a lot of things that I'm lucky to see before they happen, and I just, instead of trying to tell people about it, I just prepare for it. People see me do weird stuff, and they're like, what the fuck? And then they're like, whoa, shit, okay, he was ahead of time. Fuck, he was on it. I learned to start listening to the still small voice, the inner genius, the genie. If you know who that is. I started listening. I stopped denying it. I stopped fighting it. And I think there's some of you who get this. You're on this level. And I probably lost signal or whatever. But anyway, we'll see if this goes somewhere. But anyway, you guys stay Apex out there. Those of you who are Apex, listen. This is not a gospel that's preached. It's a gospel that's lived. If you're Apex, this is the gospel that's lived. This is not about going and converting people. You don't need anybody else to validate your success. You don't need that. God will do it. When your bank account is 200,000 times bigger than theirs, that's God saying, good job. You don't need these motherfuckers to tell you you're so great. Fuck them. Fuck them. They don't matter. Worship God in secret. Honor him in secret. He will reward you openly. Live the apex Christian values. Live the apex human values. Rational selfishness, moral objectivity, intrinsic virtue, evidence-based compassion. Don't be nice to everybody. Fuck those people, man. Some people are losers. Let them be losers. Don't get trapped up in that. You're gonna get their contagion of losership. You're gonna get their loserosis. You're gonna get their loseritis. That loseritis is gonna get all up in your body, take your soul. Don't let that happen to you. God, it's a beautiful sunset. I wish y'all could see this. It's like this is a really, really high day, man. 75 degrees. I don't think it got more than 80. It got into the 90s, but I didn't care about that. I ignored it. It stayed in the 80s though. Like, it was a beautiful day. It's a really fucking beautiful day. God is good. The Most High is always the best. Allahu Akbar. All right. For those of you who get what I just said. So take it to the next level, folks. This is a gospel that is the gospel of greatness. It is a gospel to be lived, experienced, mastered. We are the next step in the human evolution. It just is what it is. We don't have to convince anybody. In 30, 40 years, they'll look back and they'll say, was there really ever a thing such as a gummy worm Christian? Why would anybody ever believe in like this 2nd century Judean rabbi who cared about the entire world enough that he would die for them? It makes no fucking sense. Yeah, we know that guy existed, but I'm pretty positive he didn't know nothing about us. He probably liked humanity. He probably had a lot of love for people. And I guess in a general sense, he probably cared about humanity. But I'm pretty sure he didn't know about my Bob Smith in Kansas City, Missouri in 2027. I don't think he gave a fuck, right? Anyway, Christianity that works. I think it's an insult to Christianity to have so much superstition. It's an insult to this beautiful path. It's an insult to that beautiful piece of technology, the great Bible that's been left. It's an insult. I'm just not going to insult God anymore. By my lifestyle, by my personality, by my superstition, by being a loser. I'm just not going to do it. But you're welcome to do that. I'm not, no judgment. I spent this whole conversation judging the people, saying they're fucking losers. But it's just what it is, okay? Anyway, that's all I got to say about that. I'm in a nice affluent area where I like to stay, so stay Apex.